All right, macros, macros, macros. That's all we hear about now, and that is absolutely what we should be hearing. Macros are the foundation. They are the cornerstone to building the proper health. So I want to go over the macros with you and just make it as simple as possible because there's a lot of confusion out there. There's three main macros: the protein, fats, and carbs, and those are the three you need to focus on. You can also throw alcohol in there if you want to, but we're going to focus on the main three, and that's protein, fats, and carbs. Now, protein is the mainstay. This is the foundation we're going to build everything off of. This is key for your muscle growth and also recovery. And kind of the ideal protein intake is going to be 90 to 100% of your target weight, not your current weight. So if you're a little overweight, you don't want to be eating that much protein. You want to be eating towards your target, 90% to 100% in grams. So whatever you weigh in pounds, eat that in whatever your target weight is, eat that in grams. This is so key because then we're going to build the fats and the carbs, because what's going to happen is when we get fats and carbs combined properly, we're going to be able to create that jet fuel that we're looking for versus running on 87 octane, 89, 93, just bleh. We want to be running at a high level. And the key to fats and carbs is, so fats is going to basically be your sustained energy. This is your long-term energy. And then carbs are going to be your immediate energy source. So if you have carbs in your body, the body will go to those first for energy. And then once it depletes them, it'll go into your fat reserves and use that as your energy source. So real quick here on the three macros: without protein, you will die. Without fats, you will die. Without carbs, you can survive. So carbs can be eliminated. That's why there's diets out there like the keto and stuff like that that work in short term, but they're not a long-term play. They're not going to give you jet fuel. To get jet fuel, you have to combine all three of these. If you're just using the fats and proteins, you're going to be functioning and you'll feel good, but you're not going to have the full energy. You're not going to have the right mind because you're not getting all the proper nutrients into your body. So for fats, we're looking at hitting about 60 grams minimum and then 90 grams maximum. This is when you're using all three in play. If you're on keto, and I get it, there are times to do a 30-day keto or whatever, then you're going to obviously take higher fats in. But when you're using all three of these, when we're marrying them together to generate that jet fuel, in between 60 and 90 grams. And then carbs, we're going to be about 60 to 130 grams. And carbs, again, they're going to be your main energy source. So what's really cool is once you start doing this, you're going to be able to tell when your body's burning carbs and when it's burning fats. When you're burning fats, it does feel cleaner. When fats are kind of at the tail end, so if you're doing any sort of fasting, at the end of the fast, you're burning fats and it feels clean. It feels really good in your mind. Your brain is functioning at a high level. So I do a ton of fasting, and I do a lot of my brain work and really diligent work in the mornings during the end of that fast because I'm so sharp. Now, again, you can't stay in that forever. That's where the carbs are going to come into play. You're going to have to start putting carbs back into your body. You need those for the energy. Now, let's jump into the proteins here. Protein is, again, this is going to be your base, and we're going to feed the fats and the carbs into this. You want to be getting your your proteins early to build the base. This is going to be the foundation. So when you start adding in fats and carbs throughout the day, you're not going to get massive blood sugar spikes because you have the protein as the foundation. And it's also key to feeling satiated. So we're going to eat proteins throughout the day, but we're going to make sure we're getting them right away throughout the day. And that way we feel satiated throughout the day. After we have a meal, it's like, I'm full, because you have the proteins, you have the base in there. Next, again, is going to be your fats. Again, this is your long-term energy source. And then once you start putting carbs in, the body will burn those carbs. And it's so crucial to get carbs in your body for your workouts. Your workouts will be at a high level because you need that energy. When you're on keto and you're just putting fats and proteins in, your energy you cannot work out as hard as you can when you have the carbs in there. It is so crucial to be marrying these together to get the full jet fuel package we're looking for. So again, the fats are going to be your backup energy source. And again, those are essential. And then carbs, again, they're going to be that immediate energy source. They're key to muscle growth as well. This is why when you go on keto, you will lose muscle, because you don't have the proper carbs coming into your body. So again, you lose weight and you unfortunately lose muscle when you're just going on keto. So again, it's not a long-term play. I just want to be very make you very, very aware of that. So if you're I just want to go on keto the rest of my life, it's not going to work. This is the long-term play: proteins, fats, and carbs, getting them all to work together. So you're going to get your carbs in you, and you're going to get that energy from there. You're going to be able to feel it. Your body's burning the carbs, and then you're using that as the energy source. You're going to deplete it, and then your body's going to go in and start burning the fats, and it's just going to kind of all work together. Now, when we're talking macros, because macros get very, very confusing, number one, this is the one we have to lock in, is proteins. Make sure you're hitting that. That has to happen. That's the foundation. Now, fats and carbs, we can play with these. Every body is a little bit different. Everybody takes fats and carbs on a little bit different, and their body reacts differently. So once we get the foundation set, we can start moving these numbers around. Maybe I do function a little bit better on more fats, and maybe I'll go a little lower on the carbs. Maybe my body functions better on low fats and higher carbs. Those are the two you're going to play with. The one you do not play with is protein. You lock that one in, and then we kind of manipulate these two to fit whatever your body is feeling best on, and that's where you're going to feel like you're just going to feel so mentally clear, so sharp, so much energy. Your workouts are going to be through the roof. It's just next level when you're using all three of these together.